Suppose I have two functions. I call it f of x equal to 3x, for example. This is the function f. Okay? And another function here, g of x equal to 1 over x. Okay? And then I'll give the x here. Okay? I'll give the x here. The x is coming from here. This is the x part. It's going inside this function, also doing this inside this function. And then the output from here and here is added together. What is the output now? The output will be what? The 3x plus 1 over x. What did I do? I just added f of x. I just added f of x. Okay? I just added f of x plus, right, g of x. G of x. This is the output, isn't it? Right? But instead of writing it this way, we write this expression another way. We just say, okay, this is now f plus g of x. It's like a new function called f plus g. The new function is f plus g. And this new function is still a function of x. This means of x. Remember, this means of. This is not a multiplication. This means of. This means of x. So this becomes a new function f plus g of x, which is simply to add these two functions. This is simply another way of writing f of x plus g of x, which of course equal to 3x plus 1 over x. Okay? And if you want to have a simplification for this, you need to have a common denominator. So just add, have a common denominator. How do you have a common denominator? This should be 3x squared over x, right? Plus 1 of x. Why? Because I want to have a common denominator, which is x. And up I will have 3x squared plus 1. Okay? So this is the new function now, which is called f plus g of x, which is 3x squared plus 1 over x. So this big block now, it just becomes like a new function, f plus g, and the input is x, and the output is f plus g. Clear now how am I adding functions? Very simple idea, very simple idea. Instead of adding, I can subtract, I can multiply, I can divide. Okay? So let us see our example. Our example, I have f of x. F of x is equal to 8x plus 2. Okay? And g of x is equal 9x plus 8. And the question wants f dot g. The dot here means multiplication. F dot g means I have a new function f dot g of x, which means, it means what here? It means f of x multiplied, yes, times g of x. And all what I have to do is to multiply these two. That's why I told you, if you know how to multiply, then it will be not a problem at all. So you just have to multiply 8x plus 2 times 9x plus 8. And we did this before. How do you multiply with FOIL? You multiply first time first, right? Multiply 8x by 9x. So you get what? First time first, you get 72x squared. And then also last times last, 2 times 8, because these are two similar binomials. So they get 16, right? And then the inner and the outer should be something done in your mind. The inner is 19x, and the outer is 64x. 19 and 64, how much is it? This is 19x, and this is 64x. So when you add them, you get the middle term, which is 83x. Okay, so you have 83x. So that's it. That is the result of the multiplication. Okay, any question about that? Where is the mistake here? The mistake here is this should be actually 18, right? This should be 18. So 18 plus 64 is only 82, right? It's only 82x. Now what's your question?
Not a question, sir. You said that it could be divided, right?
Yeah, it can be multiply, it can be divide, it can be add, or it can be also subtract, yes. And this is, if you know how to add and subtract, multiply, divide polynomials, or even rational expressions, then this should not be a problem. Okay, any question about that? Right. What is the domain of this result here? If I ask you what is the domain? You remember x squared and x in numbers? I don't have fractions, I don't have radical. So I don't have problem. So what is the domain? All real numbers, from minus infinity to infinity.